Hello and welcome. My name is Sabrina Riccio. I am the realtor of your dreams. That's just what came out, but truly, I am your desert guide. I am so happy to be here with you. Thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to come on and make this video because as someone who has grown up in the Coachella Valley desert, I wanted to share that being a realtor and seeing what's going on, I want you to realize that while it can look on like, oh, market rates are so high and I don't know what to do. I mean, there's such a crazy programming going on right now and so much fear, and it's been tough to really navigate through what's been going on, right? There's just a lot. But what I want to share is that there's genuinely no better time than now to invest in real estate in the desert. Hear me out. Okay, so like I said, I'm born and raised here. My family is part of Palm Springs, Coachella Valley, the desert history for over 50 years. I have very, very deep roots to this land. And as someone who has a degree in marketing, someone who studied real estate from a prestigious university at Chapman University, I've taught at this university. Like, I have a lot of credibility to share with you. I'm with one of the top brokerages here in the desert with Coldwell Banker. I just want to share that I know what I'm talking about when I say there's no better time than now, because we've had inventory that has been sitting for quite some time. And there's been 40% of people that have dropped their rates. And we're finding that, people aren't really selling their properties unless 10 to 20%, there's a 10 to 20% drop in their current listing price. I mean, that's a drop. That is a significance, but the problem was that we found was that so many people were not paying attention to the market. They were still pricing their homes at 2022 prices, and it's just not it right now. Studies have shown that we have recalibrated back to pre-COVID prices. Because in the desert during COVID, the prices just soared because so many people wanted to get away from the major cities and people were working from home, and it was just a different time. But now that we are recalibrating back into some sense of normalcy, but right now there's so many questions and there's so much uproar happening. The biggest thing that you have to understand is that the reason why now is the best time when market rates are high and we're about to approach summer is because market rates are high and we're about to approach summer. When market rates are higher, there is less competition for the buyer to purchase. Think of it this way. When you have a great deal, everyone's trying to capture that great deal, right? The thing is a lot of these houses that have been sitting here for a while, you are finding more and more motivated sellers. And because we're finding more and more motivated sellers, they will be willing to drop the price, especially if their home has been on the market since pre-election. There's a lot of properties that have been on the market for some time because they weren't priced right. Houses weren't priced right. I can promise you, and if you're a seller listening to this, if you want to sell your house, reach out to me because I will look at the comps and I will price the house right so that your house can sell. And if you are a buyer, just know that I am here to fight for you as we negotiate that price, because like I said, there's a lot of people that want to simplify. I literally just finished a walk with my dog, Bud, in my parents' neighborhood, and I ran into a neighbor who was saying that he doesn't know if he wants to even have a house anymore, if he wants to go into a condo, and people want to downsize as well, especially in a place like the desert where there's, people are getting older and, there's just reevaluating and whatnot. The thing that I really want you to understand is that now is the best time to price when market rates are high because one, there's no competition, and two, you have a better selection. When you have a better selection of what's happening or what's out there, I should say, you can also negotiate more because we're really seeing that it's a buyer's market. While they haven't really shared that yet, especially here in the Coachella Valley, it is 100% a buyer's market. And so I invite you, as we approach the summer as well, if you've wanted to make that investment and experience the desert lifestyle of a slower pace and going with the flow and enjoying nature and not the commotion of big city life, now is the time to buy. We have Stagecoach coming this weekend, and then after that, we're going to start seeing, well, it's always after Easter, the snowbirds leave and it gets even quieter. And it's a great time to look. Again, there's not a lot of competition. There is a lot of inventory that has been sitting with a lot of motivated sellers. And because of what's going on, it's inevitable that rates are going to drop. But here's the thing. When you purchase now, when the rates are higher, you can date this rate just for a little bit. Just date, just dating. That's it. And then when the time comes that interest rates drop, refinance. You'll have equity on your property. Because here's a fun fact. We have seen that when rates drop, for every 1% that we see mortgage rates drop, we see 4 to 6 million new buyers. You know what that means? More competition. Ain't nobody wants that. No one wants to have more competition. You want to be able to negotiate a deal. You want to be able to get it while it's hot, literally and figuratively, right? We're approaching the summer months here in the desert, but again, this is the best time to get it because you can purchase now and then enjoy the summer of preparing your home, and that when the season gets beautiful again, you can enjoy the house. And for sellers, now is the best time to prepare to sell your house, right? So fix those leaky faucets and, change out those light switches and change the doorknobs, just those simple little features and little gestures just to bring more pizzazz to your property, because, there will be people that are going to wait for those rates to drop. And when those rates drop, there's also going to be a demand. Like I said, there'll be a higher demand. We're seeing 4 to 6 million new buyers when a rate drops every 1%. And we're expecting that it's going to happen sooner than later. So with that said, while the rate is higher, while we're creeping into the summer months and we are preparing for what's in store, invest now. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to negotiate that price? Why wouldn't you want that great deal? Why wouldn't you want to get in when there's less competition? That's just a no-brainer. So if you are on the hunt, I invite you to first visit the link in the description to download Guiding You Home, which is this beautiful buyer's guide that I've created that talks about all things about home buying. And if you want to reach out and if you're looking to move to the Coachella Valley, to Joshua Tree, High Desert, let me know. Again, I'm born and raised out here. I am part of the desert legacy out here. And my whole mission in real estate is to really recognize that it's time for luxury to meet legacy. And this is what it's all about. And so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, all my contact information is in the description. I want to know in the comments how you are feeling about the current market. Are the rates scaring you? Are they exciting? Are you looking forward to investing? I want to know in the comments how you're feeling about what's going on. And let me know. Again, if you're looking to move to the Coachella Valley, to Joshua Tree, I got you. But anywho, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm excited to see and help you find this house, date the rate, refinance once the rates drop, so that and experience that equity that you have. But I'm excited to be here. Thank you again for joining me. My name's Sabrina Riccio, again with Coldwell Banker in Indian Wells, La Quinta, Palm Desert area, and I'm excited to guide you home. Have a good one. Take care.